So guys, I'm back at it again with another episode of The Grift. And you know me, I'm going through Black YouTube, all through the rubble, finding all the dust and bringing episodes. And today, we're back on the just pearly thing situation again. But in this particular case, it doesn't have very much to do with pearly things directly, as some of this situation was already going on a few months ago. Rewind! About 5 or 6 months ago, or even longer than that, there was an episode on the Lapeef Talk. Now, Lapeef Talk is a live stream. I believe it's Brother Lapeef and, Brother Anton and a whole bunch of people come over there to have these conversations on a live stream, sort of like a live stream podcast. And hey, Lapeef does, things in person. They have meetups and things like that, really upscale. And I like what they do. But on this particular episode, I want to focus in on two players. One is the Chaotic Truth YouTube channel. He's a brother who's a United States citizen, but I believe he's an African immigrant. And then we have, of course, Six the Goddess. Now, Chaotic Truth is one of those guys who is, I would say, your typical or stereotypical Black conservative. He's a person that holds Black people accountable to certain things that's happening, and right or wrong, weak or strong, I think the brother is right about some things, but definitely not right about certain other things. But anyways, it can be offensive to those people who are known as hashtag FBA or African Americans or ADOS. And while Mr. Chaotic Truth was on this episode on the live stream, Six the Goddess, who is an African American, didn't like some of the things that he was saying, right? So the exchange happened sort of like this.
I have a quick question.
Hello.
I have a question for the brother on the end. What is his name?
It's Chaotic.
Agent of Chaos.
Where are your parents from?
I you know what? I'm so tired of answering that question.
Why?
That's a private question. I'm so tired of answering that question because what
Why
does
are
it
you
matter?
tired of answering it? I've asked
Because
it to
I'm
you one
tired of
time.
everybody asking me that question. What does that question mean anyway?
It means a lot.
Okay,
I'm just simply
go-
asking what is your background? I don't
It's a
understand.
deflection for me.
Okay, they're from Japan. Okay, now, what's the next question?
Okay, so if your parents are from Japan,
They're not from Japan, but go ahead. If they were, what's the question?
why are you defensive? And I've asked you one question.
Because I get that question so many times on Black panels. when I
Why
give
do you
my
think that
opinion.
Black people ask you that question?
I have no idea why. You know what? This is what I love about white people. They don't
Oh my
infringe
God.
upon my
Okay.
rights. I can go
I'm going to
anywhere.
interrupt you right there because
Yes,
at
I
this
know because
point,
that's what Black people
one
do. They
thing that I
interrupt me
do
while I'm talking.
know
Go ahead.
is that your parents are definitely not from America. So this is the problem that I'm having. I would not go to your country and try to tell you what it is and what it is not. If we are here, we've been here
I
our
was
whole
born in
lives, our
America.
parents are here. You cannot now come here and then say and gaslight us and say that
You
you
wouldn't
love
walk
white
down the back alley
people
with
and
two
that
Negroes
we're
behind you.
criminals
Keep it real.
and that
Let's
we
stop.
don't get mistreated in the
You
justice
wouldn't
system
walk down the
because
back
you
alley
had a
after.
job at a courthouse. It
You
just
would not
is
walk down a back
unintelligent and
alley.
it's disingenuous.
You would not walk down a back alley with two Negroes behind you. Stop lying. Stop
Hold on,
painting.
Now-
Elijah. Let them talk, Elijah.
Now,
ma'am,
let me ask- now-
you would not walk down a
Hold
back
on,
alley
Elijah.
with
We
two
can't
black
hear.
men
Can't nobody
behind you.
hear. Let them
You
talk.
know it. You don't live around Black people. You live in
I
you probably
would not
you live
walk.
on a cul-de-sac in a
Sir,
suburb. You don't live around
You
Black.
are
Stop.
extremely
You drive a white
emotional. Right? Why
Ma'am,
are you
ma'am,
so
because-
emotional right now?
Because why?
Like
Because
this
why are you saying that
emotion
you
that
wouldn't go to
you're
my country?
exuding
I'm
is
American.
indicating a bigger problem that you have. What is it that you are trying to fight or convince us of right now?
Okay, Lapeef. Can we do it like this? Can we just do?
Thank you, Six.
She asked a question, then I answer, and then I ask a question. She answers. Can we do it just like that for a minute, Lapeef?
Well, honestly, I
Can I answer your
didn't
first
come
question?
here to necessarily have
Can I
a
answer
direct
your first?
dialogue.
Can I
with
answer
you.
your first question?
I think we've heard
Can
enough.
I answer
we
your-
kind of
okay,
get your
okay.
mindset. The point
Okay.
is this.
It's fascinating that you go on black panels, they ask you question and you can't give the answer. This
why
is a
are you
problem in the
using
black community. The
profanity?
only people who restrict my
I
freedom
thought you
of
said you
speech
were a
is
Listen,
black
gentleman.
Carlton
people.
Banks.
It's
Listen,
not white
Carlton
people.
Banks.
It's not Asian
You
people.
need
It's
to
black
calm down.
people, particularly black women.
Your
I have a
pocket
right to get my
protector is in a
perspective.
bunch.
You niggas commit
Okay.
a lot of crimes and you know it. You are
Your
single mothers and you know
suspender.
it.
So as you can kind of see in that exchange, what happened was she was asking him first primarily, you know, where are your parents from? Where are your people from? Because the way you're talking about the black community, you seem like you don't understand what blacks have went through. And his response to that was, I used to work in the inner city. I used to work in the court system. So I understand exactly what's going on here, right? And it kind of went back and forth. To a certain point, she said this.
Show
The
me
only
your
thing you got going
passport.
for yourself is you're tall. That's it.
I mean, clearly you've been stalking me. You know everything about me. You know I got a baby. You know I'm tall. You know my Instagram. You love me.
Your
You be
name
on my
is
page
Sister
every
Goddess.
day.
What do you
Clearly.
think it means?
I don't know you. I've never heard of you in my life. Meanwhile,
I don't
you're
care
looking
if
at
you
my
heard of me
pictures
or
every day.
not.
You know how
I wish
tall I
you would
am.
calm down.
You know
You're
where I live. You
insufferable.
love
Your mouth,
me.
the way you
Am
talk,
I the
everything
kind of
about
black
you.
women that
I can
said
see
no
why a
to
man
dating
wouldn't
you
want
in
to
high
come
school?
here.
And
Yes.
that's why the minute
Yes.
I came on
Damn
this
much.
panel, you
Hey,
attacked
you
me.
don't have to
That's
fight
what
Get
it
over
out
is.
of here.
Black
Hey,
girls like me never gave you the time of
no.
day.
Black
So
girl,
that's
you're
why
an
the minute
adult.
I
You're
came on
30
here
something
and
years
asked you
old. You
one
ain't no girl.
question,
You're
you
an
went
adult.
into a post-traumatic
Get her out of
breakdown.
here.
I'm sorry.
I'm
So
sorry.
All right, look,
my
wait.
point
Hey,
that I
hold on,
wanted
Imagine
to
hold on. Wait,
make
listening to this
when
woman
I came
every
on
night. Oh,
here.
I'm sorry. Can you imagine?
Yes,
Fix,
Rilla.
wait, 1 second.
Want
I'm just
to
saying
be
1
around
second.
this
So she's saying there, like, hey, you are like, you're infatuated with me. You really want me, right? And the brother's married. And then towards the end of the conversation, while she was asking him, like, you know, where are you people from? He asked her this.
How was that
What color are your
disrespectful?
panties?
Hold on, chaotic. Hold on, chaotic.
No,
Ma'am,
seriously. What
ma'am,
color are your panties?
ma'am. Oh, wait, ma'am.
Ma'am.
No, seriously. No, I want to ask a question. What color
See,
are her
here it
panties?
goes
Man.
again.
Hold
So
on.
now
Man.
if I
You see
say
what I'm saying?
something back to him,
You're
I
Man.
was wrong, right?
disrespectful, Sister Goddess.
How did
Panties.
You see,
Hold
you
up.
see what he
Got
does
you.
every single time. You
Yeah,
see how
hold
he
on.
acts the
gotta
minute
do
I
that.
come on.
That's right. He asked what color her panties are, right? So after that, you know, she was kind of going around saying some things like she didn't feel safe being around Chaotic Truth or talking to him on the panel because he had did some yelling and stuff like that, right? So people were saying, oh, you're trying to meet to this particular guy from just a live stream. And to be fair, like, she did not, you know, file any charges against the guy. He didn't go to court against the guy. Nothing like that happened, right? But just Pearly Things had a situation, and she made a video that was taken off of YouTube called Why I Hate Men. Now, I tried to find the video in its entirety. Maybe I could play a little snippet of it off somebody's channel, about 30 seconds, so you can kind of hear this here.
I really looked at this trainer, Marcus, as like a father figure. Like, I saw him maybe 2 or 3 times a week. So I got like, it was a one-on-one session. So I got like really close with him. And like all the time. And this was when I started maybe when I was 15.
So she was underage working one-on-one with the trainer, and she was looking to him as a father figure.
Like going to see him a couple times a week. And he really helped me like get to the next level of my sport, whatever. And in hindsight, there were like a couple conversations that stood out to me that were kind of weird. But at the time when you're young, like
I was young. Okay, because this is the same that she says that women do, but you did the same exact thing, and now you're all of a sudden you're one of the bros. You're supposed come on, fuck out of here.
it's kind
You're no different. No different.
of exciting when the adult talks to you about like stuff that's sort of inappropriate to be talking to minors about.
No. And she liked the attention.
Like a conversation that stood
George.
out was, I remember like saying something about me being like insecure, you know, when I was a kid. Because when I was in high school, like I got zero attention from
Everybody's insecure in high school. I don't know why people act like you're not supposed to be insecure in high school. You're supposed to be. You're growing.
boys. Like boys never talk.
So basically what this video is about is pretty much that Just Pearly Things had a high school coach that when she was 15 was trying to do some inappropriate or saying some inappropriate things with her. As she got older and came home for her first year of college, he wanted to drink with her. She didn't feel comfortable, but she had some drinks with him anyway. Somehow this got reported and she felt taken advantage of, although the story sounds sort of sketchy, right? So now what people are trying to say is, hey, Just Pearly Things, because of what's going on, has a history of trying to Me Too men, although she's saying that she's, a voice for men. This is very similar to like Candace Owens holding black people accountable, and now talking about there's no such thing as racism when she filed a case for racism against white men. So what people are trying to say is Just Pearly Things is a hypocrite. But at the same time, now what the argument is that, well, how can Six the Goddess call out Just Pearly Things for being a fraud when Six the Goddess tried to say that Chaotic Truth, was stalking her, in love with her, and she was going to Me Too this guy. Again, let me just say this. I have no evidence that Mr. Chaotic Truth ever went to jail or had a court process from whatever happened. Just Pearly Things, based on her own admission, seems that it has escalated, or it did escalate more than what Six the Goddess said it would happen. And again, I think that that's an argument to pretty much put the pressure on Six the Goddess, who in reality, she's not the one that made this video. If you look at what's going on with the Just Pearly Things, leaving Six the Goddess out of it, Just Pearly Things is having a lot of problems. I mean, you have the Sarah Garvey situation. You have the ex-best friend who's called her out. And then you have a lady that was on her show suing her, saying that, she's abused me and made me suicidal. Two of these people are white. Go figure, okay? Not to mention the things that's said about, with the whole Nick Fuentes fallout. The reality is we're trying to make Six the Goddess or Danica Marie or anybody else who has weighed in on their opinion about the Just Pearly Things the culprit. And even if Six the Goddess filed charges on Chaotic Truth, which she did not, it wouldn't change the fact that Just Pearly Things has some serious issues leveraged against her that have nothing to do with Six the Goddess or me or Courtney or Michelle and Danica Marie, all these people that folks are trying to now blame as the problem when they have nothing to do with the ultimate situation, which is the Nick Fuentes interview, which is the Sarah Garvey situation, which is her ex-best friend. All of these things that are now coming to light that have nothing to do with that. But me, I had to get on the camera because I love to grift. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Grift. We're out.